So after being a gay activist in New York City for about 5 years, so round about sometime in the early 70s, it was time to move on. Originally, when I left New York, went to a college town in Olean, New York, where I had given a talk a few years ago before as a gay leader, and therefore had contacts. And that didn't work out particularly well in terms of being able to get jobs and stuff. So I met somebody in the nearest gay bar, which is a half-hour away in Olean, New York, and then moved to where he lived, which was this small city in Pennsylvania, Bradford, Pennsylvania. Then I got involved with a local amateur theater group. And among the people in that amateur theater group was an older man by the name of Vince, or Vinny. And he was one of these people who everybody knew was gay, but he would never say it. All right? And that was pretty much the way, except for me, the way things were done in that town. I was totally out. I was not going to go back into any kind of closet. So I was certainly totally out even while I was there. But my other gay friends, including a lover at the time, were in that category of believing nobody knows when everybody does. All right. So Vince felt terrible about himself, apparently. I mean, I didn't realize this until afterwards, but felt really guilt-ridden and terrible and committed suicide. So I went to the funeral. This city had one Catholic church. We went there. And there was this, and I'm sitting there. I, at this point, still considered myself a Catholic. I had not been going to Mass regularly or anything like that, but I still certainly considered myself a Catholic. This funeral was just so weird to me because the priest, a young priest, got up to give the homily, and he talked about how wonderful Vince was. And I knew that this priest didn't know Vince at all. I had no idea. It wasn't even that he knew him and had the wrong idea. He just didn't. He was just faking it all the way. And more importantly, that this was the very, he was the emblem, if you will. This priest was the symbol of who taught him to hate himself. For a long time, I had disagreed with a number of things that the Catholic Church taught, notably homosexuality, of course, but also birth control, rights of women, all of that sort of stuff. But this was, I've had enough. So that was a turning point for me. I left that church promising myself never to go back in, except maybe for a wedding or funeral. I reverted back ultimately to my love of mythology, and I discovered Wicca, which is a very, it's non-authoritarian, it's not particularly institutionalized. We don't really talk a lot about items of theology. What matters is how you live your life, you know. But I am a person who likes ritual, so I need, if I'm going to have a religion, I need one with ritual. So that was, again, an important turning point in my relationship to my own spiritual life, not simply, obviously, in relationship to the institution of the Catholic Church, but also in relation to my own sense of spirituality. If a person is stuck in a religion that tells them that they're evil, you know, whether by reason of homosexuality or anything else, then you have to look inside yourself and know yourself and know that you're not evil. Therefore, know that they're wrong. Know that you are a good person. It's about religion, if it's for you at all, should be something to help you always further discover yourself.